So let's continue now. In macroeconomics, the workhorse model can be classified into short run, medium run, and long run. Okay, so beginning next week, I will start looking at the trees, no longer the forest, the trees, but the trees of the short run. So that's the first meeting. It's about the trees in macroeconomics, but dealing with the short run case. And then in the following meeting, I will introduce the trees in macroeconomics in the medium run. And then in the following meeting, I will introduce the trees in macroeconomics in the long run. Okay. Now, this is an example of the short run and medium run, how they are interrelated. Okay. For example, if you look at the left part of this triangle, that is the connection between inflation and output. In macroeconomics, that is called the aggregate demand relation, basically. Okay. And that is the story of the short run. Okay. For example, if there is high inflation, how is it affecting the growth of output? Okay. Now, you see that arrow is only one direction. Okay. And the arrow is pointing from inflation to growth of output. Does it mean that output does not affect inflation the other way around? Of course it does. But the effect of output to inflation is not directly, but it goes through the unemployment rate. And that is the circle of the right hand side, okay? And that unemployment will affect inflation. So you will see that the interrelation does not have to be always direct. It can be indirect. Okay? So that makes it, well, it depends how do you see it. That makes it difficult, but also it makes it interesting. So the story of macroeconomics is not easy story, but at the same time it's very interesting because some of the relation are direct, some are indirect. Okay. So when we talk about the relation between unemployment and inflation, that is the medium run story, basically. Now, you know, one way to not remember, because I don't want you to memorize or to remember, but I want you to understand, okay? So one way to really understand the distinction between short run and medium run is just think about this. Some variables in the short run may not be too important in the sense that those variables do not change in the short run. Okay. Whereas in the medium run, those variables which do not change in the short run may change in the medium run. So that's one way to sort of not memorize, but one way to understand the difference between short run and medium run. Okay. Now, in this case, a clear example of a variable which does not change in the short run, and because it doesn't change in the short run, we don't discuss about it in the short run. But it does change in the medium run, and because it does change in the medium run, we will discuss about it. And that variable is price. And that's why you will see in macroeconomic workhorse model in the short run, you will see that there is no price variable whatsoever. Because why? Because macroeconomists assume in the short run price does not change. Many variables change, but price does not change. But the moment you enter the medium run, then your macro model, your workhorse model must include the price, because price change in the medium run. And when you will see during the semester, once you introduce that price which is changing in the medium run, the model changes. The conclusions that you may derive from the short run story may have to be modified or may have to be adjusted. Is that clear? So that is the link between short run and medium run. Okay.